And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Edgy the Hedgy Conversations. Last time we left off, we got the concrete powers, and we should beat the game in this part. I'm hoping we do.
Yeah, we should be able to.
We should be able to beat this game.
Anyways, no,
but
like
we were talking about edginess.
Yeah, anyways, I was like, what's the difference between 1990s AG and 2000 AG?
2000s edgy is just like, oh, my dark past. Oh no, like, you know, I'm so torn and demented. You know, like shit like that. And 90s is just like black leather and extreme. You know, like, it was all like, oh, this over-the-top shit.
Oh, like Mad Max and stuff?
No, I would say, like, have you seen X-Force, right? The comic? Like, it's a spin-off of X-Men.
Yeah.
And how they were all wearing, like, black leather clothing, and they were cool, and they were hip, they were edgy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
America was...
So kind of like the X-Men.
Just edgier.
Yeah.
Just edgy X-Men.
Kind of like the real life, like the first X-Men movies, you know, they were wearing all black and stuff.
Yeah, that's what they were based off of.
No,
Yeah, that's where they were based off of. Though I'm pretty sure that the Ultimate Comics copied the movie designs, because they were like, hey, the movie came out the same year that the Ultimate Comics came out, so they were like, hey, let's just make it like those costumes.
I kind of like the costumes.
What, in the movies?
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. Classic, classic blue and yellow all the way.
Yeah, dude, I like the blue and yellow ones better. I'm just saying, like, the costumes, if they had more color, they would have looked a lot better.
Yeah, but no, we gotta be edgy and shit. And not only that, that was back in the day when they were like, hell, let's not make these comic movies anything like the comics. Nobody wants that. Then the MCU comes out and is like, shit, we gotta make it like the comics now.
Hey, it hasn't stopped Fox. I mean, look at fan forced it. Come on.
Yeah, but Marvel owns every property now, so who cares?
All right, give me that good Fantastic Four movie.
I'd rather have a TV show. I think that suits their dynamic better.
I want that show or movie or just give me something good.
No, just give me a Doctor Doom movie.
Oh, yeah. I'd be alright with that.
Doctor Doom is beast.
Yeah, man.
Dude, he beat Darth Vader in Death Battle. Remember that?
I remember that.
I didn't know who was gonna win that. I was like, at first you're like, Darth Vader, but because he has the Force. But then you're like, Doctor Doom is something as like ridiculous.
Yeah. How come he doesn't rule the world?
Because he's like Eggman. He has the ability to, but I don't know. He just sabotages himself.
Oh, okay. Dude, I was watching...
I love how everyone tries to bang Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman. Submariner does, and so does Doctor Doom. By the way, I found out Loki is only Thor's brother in Marvel Comics, not in actual Norse mythology. I know. You see, because I found that out from playing God of War.
Oh, cool. No, but then, I was like...
And we won!
Like, this is completely unrelated. Right, but like...
To the game?
Yeah, so just in general, like... But, like, we were talking about edgy and the whole, like... hopelessness and all
I do
that.
want to play the ending, though, because, you know...
Okay, yeah, look, and all the hopelessness and stuff, but I remembered,
When the dust finally settled, all you could see of Augustine were her eyes peering out from that concrete shell. The rage that had filled them moments earlier was now replaced by fear. We dismantled the fortress she had built, the army she had raised.
I'm just gonna stand here.
The future she had planned. The entire world was about to know that she had failed. Taken down by a gamer, a junkie, and a small-town delinquent. The crowds cheered as Augustine was hauled away. Before all this, no one would have imagined that humans and conduits could coexist. And now I was the guy kicking off the second age.
Fanfiction.net.
Conduits who'd spent years locked inside the walls of Curtain K, they were soon to be free once again. To live their own lives, to choose their own futures.
Yeah, but one of them's gonna fuck it all up.
As for
and
me,
that's what you're gonna have, like a...
I got what I came for.
Conduit exclusive police
now?
force to deal with that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Now I had a promise to keep.
I'm gonna go heal my tribe.
Anyways, really quickly with the whole thing, it's like I was watching this animus, right?
Oh god.
Right, and like they're trying to like stop this guy from being a god, and they fail.
Dawson,
Cool.
you're here. It's gone.
Yeah.
They're all gone.
A promise is a promise, right?
And the others?
I just got here. You're my first stop.
You saved me, Delson Rowe.
Hey, we're a Comish. We take care of our own, right?
Where's Reggie?
Oh.
Reggie, Reggie saved me.
I just noticed this is the building the very beginning of the
Yeah,
game.
yeah, the first building you tag.
I love you, brother. I'm sure gonna miss you.
That's exactly what Zeke said to Cole when he died. Oh, fuck. It was a bitchin' picture, though. Oh, man. Well, we did it. Oh, shit, is this copyright? Oh, fuck, we better talk throughout the whole thing. Infamous Second Son. And that's Infamous.
Too much talking.
I don't care. As long as it doesn't get taken down, I really don't give a shit,
I mean,
to be
it's the end of the
honest.
song. Come on, man.
I know, but it's copyright apparently. Like some people were apparently having their video being taken down because of it. So we have to talk throughout this entire sequence.
Wow.
I know, it's so
Wow.
stupid. I
That's
mean, it's like, why would they
great.
do that? They know people are gonna let's play this game, so why would you do that?
I don't know, man. I mean, it's one of those things. It's like unnecessary. Really.
Oh, I know. I mean, maybe we'll be fine because we're not making any money off of this, but still. Alright, so that's Infamous Second Son, a game that you and I have both played.
Hell yeah.
So, I guess since I'm the one who played it, I guess I should let you comment on it first.
What do you mean? Like, what do you want me? Like,
I just like what are your thoughts on the game? Like, you know, like, what are your thoughts on this game?
Oh, from my personal
Yeah,
experience.
give a review of the game while the credits are going.
All right. So when I first got this game,
I like
obviously,
the photo of that, but I thought that was in the air one time.
it was like when I first got this game, I was excited. You know, like the only other games I had were like Uncharted 1 through 3. Because I got the collection.
Yeah, the collection, yeah.
You know, it came with my PS4. So, like, this was the first, like, actual game that I bought
The
for
first actual PS4 game.
Exactly, that I got for it. So, I was excited, right?
Right.
And so, when I played it, you know, like, I was amazed with the graphics,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? Like, you know, I had fun. It's a fun game, you know, like, the story's not the greatest.
No, not even close.
You know, but, like, if you, like, I feel like it's a good, like, you know what, like, you know, like, there's those games.
I feel that if this was called Infamous 3, I'd be a lot more upset at this game, but because it's technically not Infamous 3, it's kind of like, it's like, hey, this is like our own thing, and that's all you have to, just kind of view it as like a side story,
Yeah.
in a way. So,
A side story that continues the story.
well, yeah, so if you really wanted to, you could just end it at Infamous 2 and be like, that's it, you don't have to fucking, you don't have to play anymore after that,
Yeah.
if you really didn't want to. But I still think this game's fun.
I know, I had fun with it. Like I said before, the story's not the greatest, but it's a fun game to play. You know, to kill. Like,
Well, I think...
I'm not gonna go ahead. Finish. Go ahead.
Oh, you're done?
No, I was gonna talk about. You know, you go ahead.
Okay. I would say... Okay, so I'm a big Infamous fan. I love Infamous 1. I really love Infamous 2. Infamous 2 is, like, up there, one of my favorite games ever. So... I mean, to be honest, I think this game is really good. I mean, if you have a PS4, definitely get it. I mean, it's so cheap at this point, like, you should. But I would say that I kind of tell that I'm glad Sucker Punch is moving on to something else. Whether or not they're done with Infamous permanently, I don't know. My problem with this fucking game as an Infamous fan is that it takes place after the good ending of Infamous 2. That bothers the shit out of me.
Yeah, I know. What you, I know.
It's
I get
like,
what you mean. Yeah.
it's like, how on earth can you?
It kind of makes Cole's sacrifice kind of unimportant.
It makes it unimportant. It's almost like, how did these conduits survive? There's been theories that the conduit gene evolved and the RFI couldn't detect the new gene, and as a result, these conduits lived. That's fucking cool. All right, that makes sense.
Yeah, that would have been.
But like, Nope, they don't explain it to you. It's like, I get you want to start off like with a new character. You don't want to fucking, make.
Yeah.
You want to make a but you gotta pay respect to people like me. You can't be all like, oh yeah, this is a new fucking like beginning point and shit like that. It just bothers shit out of me. And I know people would have been all like, oh well, then we would have done. It would have been awesome to see Cole just like show up at the very end of the game and be all like, here's a fucking sequel, like. And then they could have set up other games where it would have been like Cole's trying to turn you evil because he wants you to have the beast powers because you can absorb powers. And then that would have been fucking badass. That would have been way better than what we would have gotten. But instead, we get this most bland fucking story of all time, and there's nothing in the background that changes anything. I mean, it would have been one thing if Cole had come back, and then he saw how humans treated conduits after his sacrifice, and then he went evil anyway.
Yeah.
That would have been badass.
That would have been interesting, yeah.
That would have been interesting, being like, I fucking saved humanity, and this is how they treat people of my own race, or whatever the fuck. That would have species, race, whatever the fuck, doesn't matter. It's a social construct.
Like gender.
my point is though is that this game
funny.
just lacks content. You can really tell that this was the first. Like they wanted to get this game out as fast as possible because there was like no other games on the PlayStation 4 at the time.
Yeah.
Like, and it's so sad when First Light has more content than this. And First Light's a side game. It's not meant to be a big game,
Yeah.
And so as a result, like First Light was the game I think they should have released instead of this one as a full main game, because First Light, it has a full-blown story, it has a really amazing main character in Fetch, and it's just overall really well done. I mean, the content is there. I mean, just the fucking battle arena crap alone is worth getting, and I'm not done giving my thoughts. I don't care if the credits are fucking over. Besides, it's only 11 minutes. This is an 11-minute video. Like, shut up.
That's fine.
Shut up. You can live. I mean, my point is, though, is that, like, this game is good, but First Light makes me feel like if they...
It could have been more.
When I play First Light, I feel like that it could have been more. Like, if they had just had more content with this game, I think you get the best experience out of this game if you have First Light. Because that way you can play as Delson in the arenas, and then you can be like, okay, they're like, there's more here. I mean, First Light has content in it that makes me go back to play it. Makes me go back and play it,
Yeah.
And, like, this game, it just doesn't have that. Like, once you're done with the side missions and you get your platinum trophy, that's it. Like, you're fucking done. I mean, even the game makes fun of you for that. They're kind of like, yeah, I don't want to... You shouldn't play this game anymore. That's basically what Delson says.
Yeah.
When you platinum the fucking game. He didn't say it when I platinum the game, and that kind of saddens me, but whatever. I'll live.
So what does he say?
He's all like, it's been fun, but you and me, we're done. Something like that.
Oh.
And, like, that's funny. That's hilarious. But at the same time, it's like... It's just so underwhelming. This game is just underwhelming. The evil fucking storyline is fucking garbage. I'm sorry. I know you prefer being evil in this game, but the storyline, when you're evil, is fucking garbage.
I never
and
said
you
I like being...
really
No, look, I never said I like being evil for the story. I like being evil for the sake of being evil.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is that this game's story was really not made for the evil playthrough in mind. You can just tell from everything. From Reggie's death, he doesn't change his dialogue at all.
Yeah.
Like, that's dumb. Like, they should have changed his fucking dialogue to where it was like Trish and... No, I almost said Devil May Cry. in InFamous 1, where she was like, if you were evil when she died... Spoiler alert, but you should have seen my playthroughs by now. And all that shit. Oh, look, it's the pride flag.
Burn it.
Come
on, burn it!
I'll see if I can. I don't think I can.
I'll hit it or something.
Hold on. Just goes through it.
That kind of sucks. I
That's
mean,
kinda
I think it
weird.
would have been cool if it like actually pelt the thing and like bounced off.
Yeah, as long as it belted it. I would have been fine with any flag. That. Hey, look, Sonic Boom Records.
Ha!
Yeah, didn't Sonic Boom the game come out? Whatever. Hey, back to what I was saying. It's like this game it's got great combat. Like, no doubt about it. This is a huge improvement over the first two games. Not to say the first two games are inferior or you can't go back and play them. They're definitely playable, no doubt. But this game's combat, just the fluidity, like the fact that I have a 360 camera.
Yeah.
And I can just zap whenever I want like that. It's fucking awesome. But, like, the chain is nowhere near as cool as the fucking amp. Like, let's be fucking real here.
Yeah.
And overall, this game, I feel like it's an experiment more than anything. And I would say if I had to give this game a rating, I'd give it about an 8 out of 10. If I had to. I mean, it's definitely worth your price, especially now. It's been out for a few years. Like, you should definitely play it if you haven't, but definitely get First Light as well, so that way you get the full, complete package and experience. I mean, ultimately, I'm really glad Sucker Punch is taking a break from the series and making a new game, because I can definitely tell. Same thing with Sly. You could tell in Sly 3 they were kind of getting over it, and then they made, you know, they stopped, they made Infamous, and it was like, that was their passion project. Ghost of Tsushima seems to be their passion project, and if that's what they want to do, that's totally cool with me.
Yeah, and it seems like every single time they do the passion project, it always turns out well.
Yeah, exactly. So my point is that I don't have a problem with them moving on from Infamous. I don't want to see. I don't want this to be the end of the series, though. Like, I don't know where you go, though. That's the problem. It's like, what do you do with this? I mean, you stop the DUP, humans and
well,
fucking
I think
conduits.
the next thing you could do is like with the girl with the paper, you know?
Yeah, you could do the. I mean, that's what people are saying. It's like, oh, well, the paper trail will be like the next. She'll be the next big villain or some shit. Which would be cool. I mean, I haven't played Paper Trail because it's not worth my fucking time, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of like a prologue.
There's no trophies for it, so I don't really care.
Yeah, I feel like it's just kind of like a prologue.
I mean, it's there if they want to make a sequel. They totally can. If they don't want to, that's fine. I mean, I don't want this series to go away completely, but I remember after this game came out and it was a really big success, they were like, oh, we might do conduits like Assassin's Creed. I'm like, well, Cole was literally the first conduit that the public knew about ever. Like, he was the first ever published, like, fully out there conduit.
Yeah.
It would be really a shame if they fucked over his legacy again, all for the sake of forming like Assassin's Creed but with conduits. That would be fucking lame.
Yeah.
They should just focus on the modern day settings and put it in like different areas of the world. So you don't have to put it in America. You've done New York City, you've done New Orleans, and then you've done Seattle. You can put it in another country. You can put it in Japan. Oh wait.
Hey man, like,
you can do that.
That'd be a great use of neon.
That'd be a great yeah. Send Fetch to Japan and boom, there you go. We got
Special Agent Fetch.
Yeah, it's
the name's Fetch. James Fetch.
The name's Walker, Abigail Walker, but they call me Fetch. But yeah, my point is though is that like this series has still got a lot of potential in it. Obviously, it's about superpowers and shit. Like as long as you've got a great imagination, you can fucking do it. I remember this game was the reason why I wanted Sucker Punch to make the new Spider-Man game, but Insomniac Games is making it, and hey, I got no complaints. The makers of Ratchet and Clank making a Spider-Man game, like you can't really complain.
Yeah.
So ultimately, I'll wrap it up with this. Is Infamous Second Son, really good gameplay, solid, overall solid, like, solid quality design. You know, just the graphics are really good. They've aged a little bit, but it's 4 years old at this point.
Yeah,
like when you see games like Uncharted 4 and
exactly.
Horizon Zero Dawn,
it was one of the first games, so it's expected, you know, like
and God of War. Like, of course you're gonna go like, okay, this is
exactly. You know, it's like they're not.
It still looks good though.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like it's just that they're still because it's new. They haven't fully like.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
like,
Ghost of Tsushima will blow this game out of the water in terms of visuals.
I keep saying like. That pisses me off.
Yeah, because you're a cow. You live in Texas, Wisconsin, Nebraska. That's up to you.
Look, man. If we live in California, as long as we don't point out where.
Yeah, it's true. My point is though is that like overall Infamous. I'm a big Infamous fan, and this was a lot of people's first Infamous game because they didn't own a PS3, and I'm like. I really kind of want remasters. I wouldn't mind remasters of Infamous 1 and 2 with gameplay like this, or like the 360 camera and shit like that. Yeah. That would be boss as hell.
Buy that.
I would buy the hell out of that. I would buy that in a fucking heartbeat.
New and improved graphics? Hell yeah.
New and improved graphics and the shooting mechanics are like this game. That would be dope. I'd buy that the first day it comes out. But ultimately, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, if they haven't remastered them by now, it's not happening. So if you have a PS3... and you don't have Infamous 1 and 2, it's literally like $20 for 3 games. You get Infamous 1, you get Infamous 2, you get Infamous Blood thing.
No, the vampire one.
Yeah, the vampire game. I forget the name of that. And it's all for fucking, it's awesome. So that's worth more your price of admission than this. It's actually cheaper than this, actually.
Huh.
And that has way more content. 3 games. You can't go wrong with that. 3 quality games. Overall, I don't really know what they're going to do with this series. But I have faith that if they don't want to do it anymore, that's fine. Just, you know, just end it up. I think the ending with the good ending being canon, that's a good ending for me. Like, if they just say, like, hey, conduits and humans now get along because of Delson's adventure in Seattle, I don't give a shit. That's fine. I don't need anything more than this. I would like to see more from the series, obviously, but I think they should wait till PS5 so that way they can do something really new. That would be dope. But yeah. So anyway, the next time we meet up in the Infamous universe, we're gonna be. Actually, we're not done with this game technically.
Yeah, fetch.
We're gonna do Infamous First Light. I'm gonna do Infamous First Light.
Exactly, fetch.
And you still have to do the evil playthrough of this game.
Exactly.
I mean, if you want to.
I will.
You want to?
I'll do it.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna take a break from Infamous though, because this playthrough's been going on for quite a while. I'm sorry about the random upload schedule, but it's over now. We got quite a few games that I want to do. I'm thinking we take a short break from this game and we play a short game. I'm thinking about playing Uncharted: The Lost Legacy and finishing off the Uncharted series on my channel.
Oh, that sounds fine.
Yeah, that sounds fine with me. We're probably gonna go do that after this because I want to. So fuck off. So anyway, guys, that's it for Infamous Second Son. I hope you guys really enjoyed this Let's Play. As always, I am your host, Sean.
And I'm Isaac.
And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.